Snack wraps are coming back.
I know, Seaweaver, I know. It is visual novel night, unfortunately, so no 33 Immortals.
Speaking of, where's our visual?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with that.
Where's our visual?
I hit the fucking streaming thing. It should be streaming to you guys, but hang on.
It was eternally loading, like
yeah,
I said earlier.
I don't know. Here. That fix it?
Yes.
Unfortunately for you, yes.
Because we are currently doing Fate Stay Night, everyone. Alright. So.
Save me, Seaweaver.
Yes, we do visual novels on Sundays. I'm trying to keep my voice acting talents somewhat sharp, but you know, all the 0 things I've voice acted for.
Seaweaver, I just want you to know, I read that damn with like the same energy as the. I think we're gonna have to kill this one, Steven.
Oh my gosh!
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy. Damn.
Sorry, fellow immortal, but I think we're gonna have to kill this immortal.
Higurashi? I actually have not heard of that.
Oh my gosh, Higurashi. Holy sheesh. I'm sorry, was that Seaweaver suggesting that?
Yes, it was.
You're suggesting a freaking trip there, Seaweaver. What the fuck?
I'm gonna pull this up. Hold the foot.
Higurashi when they cry is
I see. Okay.
is a Japan.
Oh wow. Okay, I see. All right. Yeah. No, that's
All I know is that it hurts people who watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That might be on the list. That looks interesting. No. For right now, though, it's
guys.
this...
He's doing it again. He's doing things that are gonna hurt us.
Look, first it's this, and then I promised Sai we would do Steins Gate. So it's this, then Steins Gate, and then we'll look into other
Listen, Higurashi is at least 2 years out.
God, don't even make jokes. Oh God. Oh God, you
might
actually be right on that.
Just like your video upload schedule.
Okay, I have a we only do one route for Fate. How about that?
I have over 300 videos uploaded to YouTube releasing every day, and it's going all the way into 2026. You're not wrong, Min. You're not wrong. Alright, anyways. Picking back up where we left off, we got absolutely bodied by not Heracles. Berserker, yeah.
I mean, it's same
who's
person.
Heracles? Who's Heracles? We don't know who that is yet.
What the But
for a second there, all I heard you say is that we got bodied by a Heracles. It's like, but we didn't have a session last week.
But I did want to bring
but I
up
don't remember turning on you guys yet.
At the very least,
yeah.
As I was telling Curb, this version of the Fate Stay Night visual novel is so much faster with more quality of life shit.
Yeah, it's the Nonary Games version of 999, which is yeah.
You say yeah, Nitty, but just remember who our DM is.
Oh yeah. God, yeah.
Oh yeah, true. I already had the betrayal. It's your turn.
Yeah, you already did. What do you mean? Yeah, you already did it. You planned it from the fucking start.
Also, let's be honest.
Don't you get mad at me if I turn the tables on you.
Oh. I hope you enjoy the banter, Seaweaver. We haven't even started yet.
Oh my god.
Also, I was just gonna say, at the very least, we know we're going to be having a break at some point, either during this, between this and Steins Gate, or towards the start of Steins Gate, because of MonsterCon.
Seaweaver, if you have a campaign going on, if I have time, I will absolutely join, but it's gonna be a rough time trying to schedule that, because my schedule is so packed. Might find a way to do a cameo or something, though. That would be fun. Yeah, I know.
I know you want to do more. I want to do more. But don't wreck yourself.
But the collab, though, it would be so fun.
I will drive out there and slap you myself.
Oh, your Steam.
And then Mitty will slap you because I'm gonna pick her up along the way.
No,
yeah, road trip.
No shit, Seaweaver, you right? Absolutely, I will voice a character for that if you want me to. I will absolutely do that.
I love road trips.
We will absolutely need to discuss that more in DMs and stuff for sure. All right. I have TTRPG brain rot, okay? I hear my game, and I think my campaign. Sue me, alright? Alright, let's get into the fucking game. Jesus, this is your line.
Your campaign? You mean our campaign?
Is it my line?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Train wreck this is. Well,
okay.
and it's a chaos.
I feel like it's ultimately your fault because we went so late with 33 Immortals last night.
Oh my god, we went so late.
I set my alarm for this morning half an hour later than normal just to try and get a little more sleep.
Mood.
And even then I was tempted to sleep.
I can't believe you guys went that long.
After that.
I was sane and went to bed. You guys weren't. Okay.
No way. I can't revive someone on the verge of death. What was I supposed to do about your intestines scattered on the pavement?
What a line.
What? Was that just blank? What? Yeah, that was just weird. Alright. I don't really have an answer to that. My stomach is back to normal, yes, but I'm honestly still dubious about what Tosaka said. I can't even use any healing magecraft, much less raise the dead.
Which means it must be your servant. Either your servant is pretty powerful, or something happened when you summoned them. I think it's both, actually. But you must be connected by some line.
Line? You mean some sort of fated line that connects a familiar and its mage?
Oh, so you do have some knowledge of familiars. Then this should be easy. It means your relationship with Saber is not just an ordinary master and familiar relationship. Saber can evidently regenerate too, so her power might be flowing into you. Normally, the mage's abilities are shared with the familiar, but in your case, the familiar's abilities are helping the master.
So it's like a river flowing upstream?
That's a good way of putting it. Normally, that wouldn't be possible, but Saber's magical energy must be powerful enough to change the flow of a river. Otherwise, there's no chance she'd be able to go up against Berserker with that tiny frame of hers.
You were paying a lot of attention to her frame, though, Reen.
Wouldn't normally be
that
possible. Does that mean that your relationship with Archer is a normal mage and familiar relationship?
That's right. He doesn't listen to a word I say, but that's our relationship. It on Facebook is labeled "It's complicated." The connection between master and servant is like gas and an engine. We provide the energy for them to consume.
Talks like that.
Though I've read that a master once acquired pseudo-immortality by physically fusing with their servant. They wouldn't die as long as their servant doesn't die. Are you listening, Emiya?
Huh? Yeah, I am. Then, Tosaka, does that mean my body will heal from injuries even if I don't do anything about them?
That's the cost of your servant's magical energy. I don't know how it works, but it definitely has something to do with Saber being stuck in material form. I don't think you've learned any curses of natural regeneration.
Of course not. My old man never taught me something that complicated.
That's not what I mean. I'm saying I wouldn't have had to worry this much if it was true. Never mind. This doesn't concern you.
Huh? What does she mean? I wonder why Tosaka's being so roundabout.
Just call him a baka already.
Baka
Anyway,
is-
just don't do anything rash. You might have survived this time, but you might not live to tell the tale next time you get hurt like last night. It's probably best you ditch the notion that any small wounds will heal on their own.
No. No, Blank. Bad. Baps you with a newspaper.
Uh-oh. What did he do? What did he say?
I know. Saber had to help me because I went and got myself hurt. I don't have any excuses for that.
That's not the point, dummy. Let me be clear. It costs more than Saber's magical energy to heal your wounds. You're giving something up when it happens. Whether that's your life, your luck, or even your bank account. You can bet that kind of healing doesn't come cheap.
Tosaka huffs once again. And I agree, but Tosaka, I don't think my bank account has anything to do with it.
Yes, it does. Using Magecraft means you're pretty much throwing your money away. The more you use it, the more it drains your money. Otherwise, none of this would be acceptable, especially to me.
Thank you, Anya.
Blank?
Sublead.
No. We do not have that patch. No. Stop.
Oh my gosh. Blank, shut the fuck up. I can't see what you're talking about, but I know what you're talking about, and I don't like it.
All I'm hearing is that we don't have that
Ma-
patch yet.
That right there is me.
Don't let me
That's me right there.
Don't make me get the spray bottle.
Blank, we literally cannot play that version of the thing on Twitch to start. And I'm pretty sure most of us cannot run the original game because it's like Japanese, like weird translation
yeah.
emulator shit.
It's a pain
This
in
is
the
the
butt.
This is the Steam remaster based on Real Tenua.
Tosaka
It's
absolutely explodes with fury. It's odd, really. The more I talk to her, the more this Tosaka feels more like the real one, while the girl at school feels like an act. Though I guess I already noticed that yesterday. Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
We're getting off topic. So what's next for you? You claim you won't kill people, so are you just going to stand by and watch the other masters do God knows what?
I take it back. She's not only twisted, she's a jerk who's going out of her way to drive me into a corner, all with a smile. If it comes to that, I'll go in and stop them. Master won't have to do much as long as their servant has been defeated, right?
Unbelievable. So you're not going to try to defeat any of the other masters unless they intend to do bad things. Do you even hear yourself?
Yeah, I know they're just pretty words, but I can't think of anything else. I'm not changing my principles no matter what you say.
Huh. There's just one problem. Should I spell it out for you?
I can see the gears turning in her head. She's up to something. But I promised to listen, so I need to hear her out. Yeah?
Do you remember the master from yesterday? The little girl who just casually ordered her servant to kill us both?
How can I forget? She attacked us on our way home without any warning.
She is definitely going to come back and kill us. I'm sure even you've worked that out.
Oh, right. Girl's a master too.
No
She knows
shit, Sherlock.
She knows that Tosaka and I are both masters, so she's bound to come after us eventually.
No shit, Sherlock.
It could be today or tomorrow. No, Sherlock isn't in this game. I'm sure he's in one of the games, though.
he's in
It
Fate.
could be-
He's in the Grand Order. He's a ruler servant.
I figured.
That's true.
It could be today or tomorrow, but we've already signed our death warrants. I have no chance
He's
of
also
stopping that monster.
He's also genuine bullshit because he can constantly see reality for what it is.
What? You know what? I'm not gonna ask for clarification. We're not there yet.
Her servant, Berserker, is on a whole other level. As inexperienced of a master as you are, you're no match for that thing. And you've been saying you're going to protect yourself by doing nothing. You are not going to be able to defend yourself.
Look who's talking. You have no chance against that thing either.
Not in a straight-up fight. That's the ultimate close-quarters servant. There probably isn't anyone who can match it even among all the heroes of myth and legend. If Berserker attacks me, there's no escape.
Yeah, honestly, Blank, I would have expected that as well. Gender swap Sherlock Holmes.
No, but they did.
Amelia Watson, Hololive English myth.
They did. They did do it to Da Vinci.
Funny.
That said, it's in that case, it's less. Oh, Da Vinci. Like King Arthur was always a woman. Da Vinci's case, it's nah. I just want to be summoned like as a woman. This feels better for me.
Based AF.
Base.
Games like Azure Lane have taught me that anything can be gender bent.
Trans rights.
Anything.
Trans rights.
Give me rights. Give me rights.
It goes for me too. I'm pretty sure I won't survive the next round with that thing. My hand moves unconsciously to my stomach. The wound is closed. Probably not even fair to call this a wound. It's the spot where a gigantic sword nearly killed me instantly. Can't shake off the sudden wave of nausea that wells up in me when I imagine the next time I might get a taste of that blade.
There you have it. Do you get that just sitting around, doing nothing, and waiting for the Holy Grail War to end isn't an option?
Yeah, I know that now, but Sasaka, I'm not sure what your point is. I'm sure you're not here to just make fun of my inevitable doom, are you?
I can assure you I am.
Next line.
After everything I said, you still can't take a hint? I'm asking if you want to team up.
Dense as a fucking brick.
What now? What? I take those words at face value. That means you want to team up with me, Tosaka?
Yeah. My archer is still recovering from a serious wound. That's going to take some time. But in the meantime, I'm not completely out of the fight.
Sure, Rin. It has nothing to do with the fact that I have Saber.
And while your brilliant Baber is superb, her master's dragging her down, making her half as effective. See? Put the two of us together and you've got a hole.
Hey, I'm not that bad of a mage.
I count 3 times in which you almost died. You're the first person I know who's had that happen in a single day.
Hey. Keyword almost.
Yes,
What?
unfortunately I died. But I lived!
Sip sip.
I'll
the
make
way-
it worth your while. I'll let you off for getting Archer hurt and teach you what you need to know to be a master.
That wasn't on me.
Oh, and if we have time, I can even give you some pointers on your magecraft. Deal?
Go ahead, Pokemon.
Blank mentioned another part of the reason why Da Vinci chose the form they did is because it's the Mona Lisa, the
Yeah.
beauty that he put in that picture.
Ugh. It's an attractive proposition. I know next to nothing, and Tosaka does seem knowledgeable. And I'd like to avoid fighting her if I can.
Emiya, I'm waiting for your answer.
She urges me to make a choice. I absolutely sure. Besides, I don't have much choice. There's too much I don't know, and I have no experience as a mage. If Tosaka is offering to help me, however temporary, it's an offer I can't turn down. Alright, I'll take your offer, Tosaka. Honestly, I'd really appreciate your help.
Then that settles it. Let's shake on it. We're allies until we defeat Berserker.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess that should be the arrangement. I guess I don't have control over the timing, but it'll probably help to know the timeline. I shake the offered hand. I'm a little perplexed. Tosaka's hand is so soft. It reminds me she's a girl. In my hand in comparison is covered with scratches, and it seems a poor match for hers. I'm gonna bap you with the newspaper next. Stop.
I'm sorry.
No,
guys.
that's what
I
that
felt
pulse
I
was.
felt like a wave of nausea as I was listening to that.
No, that's what that pulse was. That was just him getting whacked by... Lancer came in and just whacked him with a newspaper.
The hardened one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then left.
The moment I think that, I find myself getting embarrassed. I quickly pull my hand back.
What's wrong? Are you changing your mind about working with me?
It's not that. I really appreciate that I'm gonna be able to work with you. That was more a personal thing. Don't worry about it. Tosaka looks at me strangely.
Oh.
Her face turns mischievous. What? I might dissolve our agreement if you say something stupid. I'm serious. I really will.
But was that the first time you held a girl's hand? I thought you had a lot of friends. I didn't realize you were so shy, Shiro.
Wrong! That's not true! There's no way in hell I could say that I got embarrassed because it was her. And yeah, really touched a girl so intimately before, but... And no, Fujimi doesn't count! More like something from a different planet than someone... No, that's actually funny. That's funny. This line is funny, I like that. Just more like something from a different planet than someone of a different gender.
Fujine, yeah.
Okay, hold on. What did Tosaka just say?
You really do wear your feelings on your sleeve. Fine, I'll let it go. I wouldn't want you to be sulking if I pushed your buttons too much. Then, here's my deposit. Consider it a proof of my alliance with you.
I don't know where she'd been keeping it, but she tugs out a giant book and slaps it on the table. It looks like a diary. There's no title, and the cover is wine red. It seems to be Tosaka's trademark color.
This was my father's, but I don't need it anymore. So I'll give it to you. It's not the kind of thing a full-fledged master needs, but I figure you might benefit from it.
Tosaka gestures for me to flip through it. Okay, thanks. I open to a random page, and then... Oh! Oh yeah! Yeah. I remember this. There's nothing written on the pages, but strange images suddenly pop into my head. I was literally wondering if this game still had that or not.
Yep, and I was trying to tell you that, but then mod stuff happened.
Yeah. Huh? Tosaka, what is this?
It's a chart that records each servant's abilities. You know there are certain rules in the Holy Grail Law, right? That applies to servants too.
So...
The only weapon we know of is Berserker's Sword.
And then we also have this, which, if I remember correctly, gives stats. Yeah, look at that. Fun stuff.
Magic Resistance A, Riding B, Intuition, Mana Burst. Lancer.
And we do have the true name for him. We don't know his master yet. Oh my god. Yeah, look at this. Very cool. Not reading all that.
Yeah, something about wiki articles and stuff. Magic Resistance battle continuation.
Doesn't know when to give up.
Disengage C and Divinity.
Very funny.
And his Noble Phantasm, Gay Bolg, Soaring Spear that plunges with
It's
death.
very gay.
Its true ability is to reverse cause and effect, causing the spear to thrust after it has already penetrated the opponent's heart. Since the spear is struck before even being thrust, it's impossible to defend or prevent it. The result has already been decided. Basically, it's an auto-hit effect.
The fuck do you mean rank B?
Basically, it is... certain other...
Oh, that's cool. We actually do know hers.
One of them.
Very
the Unseen
fun.
Sword. Head over to Berserker real quick. Yep.
Yeah, that tracks.
Look at his Phantasm.
Oh yeah, we do actually know he's Heracles. You right.
Yeah, she mentioned it.
Yeah. What was it? Skills? Oh, Noble Phantasm. Gotcha. Oh.
Yeah.
Curse.
You see that last line?
Ah, I see.
Basically, Ku's spear is deadly to all except him. Some skills specifically look to the strength-like thing. It's like how Fireball is treated as overpowered, but it still loses to a 4th level counterspell.
Loses to a 3rd level counterspell.
Shut up.
The ability to survive doesn't even matter. Fun stuff. And then, yeah, here's all the other characters that we don't know about yet.
Correct.
Except for this one.
Archer.
No info.
Nothing. Yes. These are just the skills to the Archer class, by the way.
Ah, yeah, these are default Archer skills. I see. Okay. Cool.
Basically, their skills are separated into class skills and personal skills. So, like, if you look at Lancer, he has magic resistance is the only class skill, but the rest are by him.
Yeah. Cool. We're probably not going to dip back into this menu too often, but yeah. This is a cool little, like, thing to read through to get some details.
First of all, only 7 heroic spirits get summoned. The 7 can only be summoned after they are assigned to one of the predetermined classes the Holy Grail has prepared to it in advance. Instead of summoning the heroic spirits themselves, the Holy Grail creates a vessel close to each heroic spirit, and then summons the spirit into it. You know how seances and mediums work by calling on the spirit and drawing them into the caster's body, so the spirit can communicate, right? It's like that. In order to summon spirits from different ages, you need a sort of container.
Classes. Oh, so that's why Saber is called Saber.
No shit, Sherlock.
Move on.
Okay.
Anyways, the classes are Saber, Lancer, Archer, Rider, Caster, Assassin, Berserker, Ruler,
Avenger, Mooncancer, Foreigner, Voyager, Saver, Funny Vamp.
Baber.
I'm not joking about that. Funny Vamp is an actual class. It's from like a Melty Blood crossover.
I see.
No, second.
The class lineup may differ depend. Oh, I'll be right back.
Class lineup may differ depending on the Holy Grail War, but we have a classic lineup this time. The common belief is that Saber is the most powerful. Each class has its own unique characteristics, but each servant's abilities differ according to the summoned heroic spirit's rank, so be mindful of that.
I mean, yeah, Blank, they gotta work on their SEO. They can't just call it Lance, or not fucking Lancelot, Arthur, because then it wouldn't be searchable.
No, it's Artoria.
I am Arthur, King of the Britons. Well, I didn't vote.
Would you like to join me on my quest for the Holy Grail, young man?
Strange women distributing swords from palms is no basis for a system of government.
Listen here, you.
How has it taken this long for us to make a Monty Python joke?
Help, help, I'm being oppressed!
Bloody peasant! Oh, did you hear that? What a dead giveaway.
A heroic spirit's rank? You mean how strong they were in life?
That's part of it, but their abilities are also dependent on their notability. What they did or what kind of weapon they wield may not change, but their basic abilities will change depending on how famous they were in their time. Heroic spirits are like gods, so they become more powerful the more people worship them. I guess you could say their essence becomes more potent. It's similar to divine spirits falling in rank to elementals if they lose devout followers. Similarly, a hero forgotten by the people doesn't have much power. Although a hero who is powerful to begin with should retain at least some powerful abilities, whether they were unknown or forgotten.
Then if the hero is well known and their legend was extraordinary...
They would be an A-rank servant. Yeah. And that's why Berserker might be one of the strongest ever.
I am just going to real quick give a completely out of context plug, but watch Recreators. Please, for the love of God, watch Recreators. That's all. No
He's
reason.
the most famous hero from Greek myth. Heroes from the Age of Gods already have special noble phantasms to begin with. There's not much we can do if the heroes themselves are strong.
Kozuka, what the heck's a noble phantasm? It's their ult.
A noble phantasm is a servant's iconic item which they used during their lifetime. Heroes and magical swords or sacred swords come as a set, right? It's basically their armament.
Oh, weapon? Like Saber's invisible sword?
Something like that. Don't know what the story with that sword is, but whatever Saber's wielding is definitely her noble phantasm. Don't think I need to even say this, but heroes can't remain in their legend with just their name alone. Each hero has a weapon that is sort of their trademark, and that is the crystallization of the people's desire for a miracle, their noble phantasm.
So it's a powerful magical item.
Exactly. Simply put, heroic spirits are no match for powerful magecraft or mystics. But when their noble phantasms come into play, it's a whole different story. Heroic spirits who wield phantasms can defeat even elementals several ranks higher than them. Elementals being mainly just... think like CR12.
Spirits kind of thing.
Yeah. This is because most are sacred or magical swords that appear in legend. They're close to the level of true magic. Swords that can kill dragons, the most powerful species of phantasmals. Shoes that allow the wearer to travel thousands of miles. Or even magical swords that can kill deities. Whatever they are, now you understand that the armaments heroic spirits wield are on an entirely different level. So much that you might wonder why they aren't invincible. It's no exaggeration to say that battles between servants are ultimately battles between their noble phantasms.
So what you're saying is that these servants, who are heroic spirits, will most definitely have at least one noble phantasm.
Yes, and as a general rule, one heroic spirit can only wield one noble... Sorry, I can't finish that sentence.
I mean, I get the feeling we're gonna break that in this game alone.
Yeah. Hi, Gilgamesh. They usually swords or spears. Have you ever heard of the legendary Chinese sword? The Hazanken?
Yep.
The mountain cutting sword? You can only swing it once, but it's a magecraft item said to destroy an entire mountain in one swing. I think it's like that.
Man, what did that mountain do?
But noble phantasms are a kind of miracle activated only when their true names are spoken, so they can't be used casually.
Me. What did that mountain do? Me thinking back on the most recent Fool's Gold Sands episodes.
It knew what it knew what it
just
did.
makes me think back to like that one meme where like they like it was like a D&D session or something, and they were like really excited because there was like this mountain that existed in the past, but it's not actually supposed to be there in the future.
Oh
DM's
yeah, yeah.
Freaking out, trying to figure out, okay, shit, what happened to the mountain?
The mountain gets up and walks away. What? What? Yeah, no,
I read
that.
the line.
Huh? It activates when the weapon's name is spoken, right? Why would that make it so hard to use?
You not realize that saying the weapon's name also tells you that which hero the servant is? Heroes and their magical swords are a set. So if you know their weapon's name, you'll know the wielder's name. If that happens, then you'll know their strengths and weaknesses. Conceptual weakness, as it's called.
I see. Yeah, you make a good point. Now that I think back, when Lancer used his noble phantasm, Saber immediately figured out his identity. Something about Ireland's Child of Light. Okay, so servants are separated by classes, and each of them are heroic spirits suited to that class. They're all concealing their identities, and their weapons that they wield are the most powerful aces they've got up their sleeve. But they can't use them freely, or it would wind up revealing their identity.
That's all I can tell you about servants. If you want more details, look at that book. Flip through it when you have the time. Once you get used to it, you should be able to identify servants intuitively without the book. AKA, you'll probably only need it this first route until, like, some weird reveal happens, like, 3 routes down the line.
With that, Tosaka stands up.
Okay, well, I'm heading home.
Yeah, thanks. I'm still sitting on the floor, so I look up at Tosaka as she gets ready to leave.
Don't get confused about things just because we formed an alliance, you and me. We're going to fight eventually. When all the other masters have been defeated, or even if they're still alive, we're bound to fight no matter what. You're better off not seeing me as human, Emiya.
After making very clear where we stand, Tosaka leaves for her home.
Wow, right when I get back, fuck off.
I can already feel myself getting less and less stressed once Tosaka leaves. My feverish body is suddenly overcome with exhaustion, and I collapse to the floor.
Might ask you to look at one thing in the book, by the way. The only weapon we have. It is... The Einsburn procured it from the foundation of a temple and used it as a catalyst to summon Heracles. Heracles was especially proficient with the bow, but he lost his weapons and techniques due to his mad enhancement. Basically, this sword, it's not a noble phantasm. It's literally just a chunk of rock.
They basically wanted the Berserker, so they got a weapon to summon Berserker, and it happened to pull Heracles.
No, they wanted to pull Heracles.
Oh.
Basically, this was from a temple in Greece.
Got it.
They had the catalyst, but then they used... Basically, you can invoke Madness Enhancement and confirm a Berserker summon by changing up the chant. Usually Berserkers... Usually people don't want to do that, though, because Berserkers are harder to control because they drain the wielder's mana so fast.
But I assume this is also implying that Heracles could also be Archer.
Yeah, so Heracles, every servant has a like core class that is like their favored.
Mm-hmm.
Heracles's would be archer.
Yeah.
That means there's technically a version of Heracles that's even stronger than this monster.
Terrifying. I lie on my side to try to ignore the nausea creeping back over me. The ticking of the clock echoes throughout the quiet living room. Battle between masters, huh? I still don't understand what the heck that is. All I know is that I don't know much. It may have felt more real to me if I was even a little more interested in the Holy Grail. What it is, but the only thing I can feel for the Holy Grail is disgust. Grail that supposedly grants wishes. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's an artifact powerful enough to summon servants. It may not grant every wish, but it's more than valuable enough for a mage. And yet, I have no real interest. I might be skeptical because it doesn't feel real to me, but I also feel it's not fair to take a shortcut like that. Plus, it doesn't sit well with me, knowing that the selection process is just a battle. Yet, this is a game of musical chairs. No matter how I feel about it, I'll need to overcome my competition to survive, now that I'm involved. And one of the methods to get rid of competition could be to involve and harm other innocent people. That's why. This is Min, if I remember correctly.
Enjoy, Shiro Emiya.
My reason to fight in the Holy Grail War is not to survive and win.
Your wish will finally be granted.
It's to do everything I can to stop those who will try and win by any means necessary. I feel dizzy again. That's not surprising. No matter how much my body appears to have healed, it was nearly split in half just a few hours ago. This feeling isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I felt this way for the rest of my life. I was nearly killed 3 times in one day. There's no denying that someone with no power will wind up hurt if they participate in battle. My own ineptitude nearly cost me my own body. Then that girl got hurt trying to protect me. Ugh. I try to sit back up. Right! Her! I can't believe myself. I completely forgot about her because Dozuka had settled herself in my living room. Maybe it's more than I was just avoiding thinking about her. I'm such a coward. I was avoiding thinking about the girl who was bleeding miserably, even though I was the reason she got hurt in the first place. I can't believe Dozuka left out the most crucial point. I shoved myself back to my feet. Dozuka never said anything about Saber. The only thing she said was that she and Saber brought me home, but she didn't elaborate. The first thing I should have asked her was whether the girl was safe, since Berserker wounded her. I suppress my nausea as I make my way through the mansion. Saber's nowhere to be found. I even checked the detached guest rooms, but I can't find her. It's weird. My armor isn't exactly camouflage. Even so, a fully armed and armored Saber still eludes me. Supposedly, servants can turn into spirit forms, but unfortunately she can't with me. No, first of all, even though I'm called Master, I don't know anything about her. I don't even know what Saber is or how servants are able to exist. It's like a new soldier suddenly gets awarded with a tank. But what's fortunate is that his tank is an autopilot. Even if the soldier is incompetent, the tank will run on its own. I'm banging my head against the pillar, frustrated by my own thoughts. What's with these negative thoughts, you idiot? You're whining! I apologize to the blonde girl internally. Right now, I need to find her and see if she's okay. She's not here either. I've looked around the entire house. It's the size of a traditional Japanese inn, but I've played hide-and-seek with Fujine when I was a kid, so I know the most efficient way to search it. She must be in the dojo or the shed if she isn't in the house itself. The yard, the shed, or... She told me she was going to protect me, so she's not likely to leave the house. Hey, maybe she's... I suddenly remember another place. If she's not in the yard, or the house, or the shed where we first met, There's another big building within the compound. That's where she'll be. I head over quick as I can. My destination is the Kendo dojo in a detached building. I'm getting a little nervous. If she's not there, I'll have to accept that she's just disappeared. I realize something. I have no clue who she is, but I want her to be here. I enter an enclosed room, completely absent any ornamentation. It's not a room to live in, and it's a dojo designed only for training. Within the tranquil room, lit by the sun. She sits, as if she's always belonged there.
Admittedly, I love this getup of hers.
Mm-hmm. The place is hushed, serene. The sunlight coming in is white and untainted, allowing the girl to be one with the dojo. It's the same girl who wielded her sword without hesitation, protecting me from Lancer just last night under the moonlight. That golden mane of hers, which had soaked in blue-white moonlight, now glitters in the sunlight. And then I remember. This is exactly how I felt when I first saw her. She was clad in armor, wielding a sword, and silently overwhelming the enemy. The extraordinary sight of her isn't what surprised me. In fact, it didn't matter how she looked. Even if she'd been covered in mud, I don't think my reaction would have been any different. The girl who had so moved me is still right here, in front of me. I just admire her, forgetting even to breathe. To hell with being a master in the Holy Grail War. In this moment, I've completely accepted the girl called Saber. I don't know how much time elapsed. Saber opens her eyes as if waking from a slumber. Oh! I sound disappointed and my voice echoes through the dojo in silence. Saber notices and stands up without making a sound. She walks towards me before I can think of what to say.
You're awake, Shiro.
Her voice is serene. Something rich and calm about her voice hangs in the air. Yeah, I just woke up. I managed to answer at least.
Shiro, something the matter? Perhaps you're still not fully recovered?
No, I'm fine. I feel real good.
I should turn off noise suppression.
I recoil from her. Yeah, that would be smart.
Hmm.
I avert my eyes and try to get my heartbeat under control before my chest bursts. Get hold of yourself.
Dude, she's
Why are you
like
getting worked up like this.
Dude, she's like 3 bajillion years old.
I take a deep breath, but I don't think this feeling is going away anytime soon. And why did she have to change? Saber's appearance is drastically different from yesterday. Her outfit now is so ordinary in stark contrast to her armor. Her appearance takes me by surprise. She seems more real, which confuses the hell out of me. Seriously, she's drop-dead gorgeous. I mean, I saw that yesterday, but it's actually setting in now.
Shiro?
As soon as we make eye contact, I can feel my nervousness grow. Then again, I wasn't looking everywhere for her just to stay silent. It's uncomfortable, but I can't let it be awkward forever. Saber, right? This is actually the first time we've sat down to talk. I bite the bullet, but then...
Shiro, before that, there's something I would like to address regarding last night.
She interrupts me, obviously displeased, making her earlier calm hard to fathom. Hmm? Sure, what is it?
As I said, last night, you are my master. It's troubling if you take such actions. Combat is my territory, so please stay behind me and out of the direct line of fire. I cannot protect you when you go out on your own, apparently determined to die in vain as you so nearly did.
Saber doesn't mince words. Her clipped tone is enough to make me forget my anxiety. What the hell? If I had intervened, you'd have been cut in half.
Perhaps I would have died, you would have not been hurt. Let me repeat myself. Do not do that again. My master does not need to defend me, nor is there any reason to do so.
The girl speaks frankly. She's very clerical. What? Don't be stupid. I don't need a reason to protect a girl. The words just pop out of my mouth before I can think about it.
Sword directly to his neck.
Saber stiffens as if surprised to see me upset at her. I find myself taking a step back under her severe expression. I just feel embarrassed, like I said something incredibly tone-deaf. Anyway, thanks for taking me home. I appreciate that.
You are most welcome. It's a servant's duty to protect their master, but it is still nice to be acknowledged. You are very courteous, Shiro.
I don't think I'm particularly polite, actually. There's something more
Oh,
pressing
totally.
that I need
I'm
to
just
bring
being
up.
the polite one.
Something I should have asked as soon as I got home yesterday. Is she willing to be my servant, and is she really alright with aiding me and fighting with me in this war? Let's get back on topic, Saber. Oh, I can call you Saber, right?
Yes. As a servant who has formed a contract with you, I am your sword. I shall follow your orders, attack your enemies, and protect you.
Saber does not hesitate in the slightest to give her answer. Her tone leaves no room for doubt. You are my sword, huh? To win the Holy Grail thing?
It's been my holy mission since... Is that not why you...
No, I wound up summoning you because... I couldn't just tell her it was a big, weird coincidence. And actually, I didn't even summon her. Saber just appeared when I was in trouble and saved me, and here we are. I became Saber's master and got looped into this battle to the death. This Holy Grail war. I didn't choose any of this. I'm still just an apprentice mage who got caught up in a battle way beyond my abilities. Wait, so what about it? I'm already resolved to fight no matter what, so there's no point in me crying over my situation now. I shake my head, trying to stop myself from whining. No more of that. I've already said I'd fight. I can't just drop everything and run. This will be the last time I whine aloud or think negatively. No matter how I get involved, I've decided to fight.
He's gonna whine again, isn't he, Eddie?
Oh, constantly. Not only that, he's going to end up going into, like, 3-minute long waxing philosophy about what it means to be a hero. Several times before getting bodied.
Oh. Great. More word vomit, then. Excellent.
Indiana Jones scenes intensifies.
I mean, the Dial of Destiny is absolutely a phantasm. Shiro?
It's nothing. But I'll need to warn you, your chances of winning are pretty slim with me. I don't have any knowledge or power like Tosaka. We could very well end up in another situation like last night. Are you still okay with that?
Are you saying you have no intention of fighting?
I have the will to fight. I'm only asking if you still want to team up with me, knowing how slim the odds are. How I got to this conclusion doesn't matter. All that matters is that I've decided to fight this battle. That's why. I don't think it's right for someone to get hurt on my behalf. Even if I'm weak, having Saber fight and having her get hurt like that. I can't stand that happening again.
You are my master, Shiro. That is an immutable fact. Servants do not have the freedom to choose their masters.
Well. Not at the start, I would assume.
Yeah, at the start, it's mainly just that we call out, hey, we're getting the Grail, and the servant's like, alright, I need to wake up after like a millennia. Sure, I'll take what I can get.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they get a direct call by a catalyst, but usually it's complete fucking random chance. after their master dies, they can then go and sign up with another master, but
yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm sure it'll come up later, so we don't need to go over the specifics of how it works, but it was also mentioned that, like, if a servant loses their master and a master loses their servant...
Yeah, honestly, I'll let
so.
it right now. Pokemon, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that'll come up later. I have theories about how that applies, but yeah, I have my theories. That's the whole reason Saber is my servant. If it's true, I'll need to respect Saber's needs and actions the best I can. Got it. Then you're okay with me being your master?
Yes, but I also want you to know that I will not allow my master to be defeated. If you have no chance for victory, I must create one. I will utilize every opportunity available for you to obtain the Grail.
To obtain the Holy Grail. To seek the Holy Grail! Tosuka
What
said,
is your quest?
My favorite color. Blue! No, red!
What is the average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
African or European?
Well, I don't know that.
I don't know that. Ah! What do you know so much about swallows, my liege?
Well, as a king, you have to know these things. Tosuka said servants also have a wish they want granted. Saber is no exception. That's why she hasn't hesitated up until this point. But it's also why... Hold on, Saber. You said any means possible, right? Doesn't that mean you'll stop at nothing to win? Like, you might even attack people to gain power. I can't finish my sentence. Saber looks at me as if she's looking at an enemy.
Yeah, that is not what I meant. I can only do things I allow myself to. It's impossible for me to betray my own beliefs. Harming unarmed innocents goes against a knight's oath. However, I must obey if you order so. In that case, you will have to use one of your command spells in compensation.
I get overwhelmed by the edge in her voice.
I've been in that place before.
At the same time, I feel relief.
I've played these games before.
Saber seemed like a robot because of her extraordinary power and lack of hesitation, but I know now she's not some cold-blooded killer. Yeah, I wouldn't make you do anything like that. Just as you say, we have to do our best with what we can do. I'm really sorry. What I said must have been insulting.
No, I also failed to grasp your intentions and jump to conclusions. You're not at fault, so may you please raise your head?
Huh? Oh, I bowed without realizing it. I raised my head. I don't know what's so funny, but Saber has a small smile on her face. I'm glad she seems happy, so I don't press her. I forgot to bring this up. In addition to doing everything we can, I've decided to team up with Tosuka for the time being. Remember her? The girl who was with us last night. Archer's Master?
You mean Reen? That is certainly a wise decision. I'm sure there are many things you can learn from her until you become a full-fledged master.
That's a relief. As long as Saber agrees, I can work together with Tosuka without hesitation. The only other thing I need to ask her right now is...
Where the hell did you get those clothes?
Get those clothes? Yeah.
Honestly, that...
I mean, she's not gonna answer that one. She's already mentioned why. Are you okay? I'm worried about Saber. She was hurt pretty bad. By the way, Saber, are you alright? It looks like you took a real beating from Berserker.
As you can see, my body's back to normal. My wounds were severe enough to ensure defeat, but not to be fatal. I finished recovering roughly an hour after Berserker retreated.
What? So you're completely back to normal already?
Of course, however, I'm not entirely in peak condition. I was able to heal my wounds from Berserker's attacks because they were rather mundane as these things go, but my wound from Lance's noble phantasm is another matter. The spear must have been imbued with a special curse. The wounds I've sustained have not completely healed.
Not completely healed, huh? She doesn't look wounded, but Saber doesn't seem the type to complain about pain. As long as I'm fighting with Saber, it's sounding like I'll need to keep a pretty sharp eye on her well-being. But then, I hear something heavy hit the floor by the door. What's that? I turned to face the sound. At the door, there's Tosaka, a duffel bag at her feet. What the? My mind comes to a screeching halt. I thought Tosaka had gone home, but here she is at the dojo in her ordinary clothes. And why is she carrying so much stuff? What are you doing here, Tosaka?
What do you mean? I went home to get my stuff. Wouldn't it be the sensible thing, since I'm going to live here from now on?
What? Live? You living here? In my house?
That's what teaming up means, right? Honestly, what did you think we were talking about earlier?
Rin, that does not mean what teaming up means. Nobody thinks that.
I can't even speak. I need something. I need to say something, or else this is going to turn into a huge mess. But my brain refuses to work.
So, where's my room? If you don't have one ready, I'll just pick one. Oh, your room looks nice.
She pushes right past me, brashly invading my home. No, hold up. Wouldn't this be wrong? I mean, Tosaka's pretty much the school's idol. Having her in my house at all is already a big deal, but I don't know how people will react if she started staying here or living with me. Fujine would absolutely kill me, and well, maybe this is just a plot on Tosaka's part to get rid of a master?
Oh, by the way, why don't you prepare a room for her, too? Unlike my archer, your servant actually takes up space, so you need to set up a space for her to rest. Well, I guess it's not a huge deal if you think just one futon would be enough for the two of you.
What? Is she implying Saber and I sleep in the same bed or something? Like hell that's gonna happen, idiot! You think you can just say whatever you want because I'm being quiet, but that isn't ever happening. Saber's a girl, you know?
I mean, I'm just gonna point out, it did say she had a B rank in writing.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up! Actually, shut the fuck up!
We got on to Blank about this already.
Oh my god. This is how you know Min is actually paying attention to this game despite everything else happening.
Yeah!
We didn't even bring that one up vocally. I think that was on screen for like 5 seconds. Oh my god. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Min. Oh
if I'm going to suffer through this, you're going to suffer with me.
You're missing the point, but whatever. Wait, no, that's you.
You're missing the point, but whatever. Did you hear that, Saber? Shiro saying he doesn't want to share a room with a girl.
Saber's staring at me. She looks really stern.
That will not do, Shiro. A servant must protect the master at all times. Masters are most vulnerable when they are asleep, so I must be in the room with you to protect you.
That's even worse! What the hell are you two thinking? Should girls really be thinking about this kind of stuff?
You...
Why? Why are the two of them just silently staring at me like that?
You... Well...
Uh-huh. You know that you don't really need to treat servants like humans, right? I guess there's just no sense in telling Shiro that, though.
I'm about to protest, but I shut my mouth. discomfort I felt when talking to Tosaka in living room earlier comes rushing back. Actually, I've just figured out the cause of my discomfort. Hold on, Tosaka. When did you start calling me by my first name?
Huh? I didn't even realize it. I thought it happened pretty quickly.
It did happen quickly. At least that's how I felt.
Oh, if you don't like it, I'll try to be more careful about it. But do you care, Shiro?
Tosaka is so casual about this, not really caring about how I feel. You were right, Issei. It's not that Rain Tosaka might be a cruel enchantress. She is one. Fine, do whatever you want. You can call me whatever you like.
Yeah, I will then.
Alright, asshat. Rin, please do not change the subject. We've not finished deciding the matter, Shiro. We have not finished deciding the matter, Shiro, and my living arrangements.
There's a missing oven there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. But given Shiro's reaction, it might not be realistic for you and Shiro to share a room. There's no point in treating servants like humans, but you might as well give up, since Shiro hates the idea.
Rin over here just casually about to suggest them sharing a room.
That's not true. Shiro simply expressed his discomfort, but he did not outright say no.
You heard her. So, what do you really mean, Shiro?
Hold on a minute. I don't understand how in a single day she can just casually start calling me Shiro like a cat she just picked up and named. Well, that's not really the issue here. It's about Saber's living arrangement.
Somebody take Saber.
Man.
Man, congratulations, you have lines.
Shiro, I will ask you once again. It is the servant's job to guard you while you sleep. At this point, I'm sure you understand your position as a master.
Ugh. My decision won't change no matter how much she stares at me like that. No, I'll prepare a different room for Saber. I'll make sure her room's closest to mine. That should be a good compromise.
Excellent. That way I can Kool-Aid and man my way through the door if you need me.
To be fair, it is paper walls. This is a traditional house. Intimidation won't work with me. Anyways, I'm a man, so I have to draw the line. You need to be more mindful of your position too, Saber.
Yes, exactly. That is why I'm simply insisting as a servant that I protect Master.
No, not that. I'm talking about your own position. You don't get it, then never mind. If you're gonna keep on pressing the issue, I'll make you understand if I have to use my command spell. I'll try to scare Saber off the subject.
I just want to bring up...
Okay, bring it up.
Given what happened in Arthurian legend, she probably knows a good few things about positions.
Why are we coming back to sex jokes every 5 minutes?
I don't think it's even been
Holy
5 minutes
shit.
yet.
Boys, settle down, my word!
I had to do one.
I would not like you using a command spell for that reason. Our future would be bleak indeed were you to use such a thing to command me not to protect you.
You're right. Shiro is the first and definitely last master to say something like that.
Don't be stupid. I wouldn't want to use my command spell for something like that either.
Understood. I will follow Master's command. But what will you do if you are ambushed? Assassins have the ability to close in onto their target by concealing their presence. If that were to happen, are you able to protect yourself until I reach you?
Well, I really can't tell her that I can take care of myself. Yeah, I managed to survive against Lancer, but I won't have that kind of luck twice.
That's not possible. This mansion has a bounded field set up to alert the residents of any intruders. We may not be able to avoid being attacked, but we should be able to detect attempts at an ambush. If that happens, Saber should have time to rush to Shiro's defense before he's attacked. So, she can go ahead and take another room.
That may be true, but...
Then why don't you take the room next to Shiro's? You're fine as long as you two don't share rooms, right, Emiya?
Tosuka purposely calls me Emiya at the end. Tosuka, that's a bit of misconception.
I'm saying it for your sake, so it's justified. Anyway, I wonder which room I should take.
Tosuka takes her luggage and heads towards the mansion, putting an end to the conversation. She seems cheerful, like a student picking her room at a school trip. How terrifying. The way Tosuka carries herself so self-assuredly mesmerizes the two of us, and we both watch her go in stunned dismay. We all leave the dojo and head back into the house. For the time being, I need to give them all a tour so Saber can select a room. This is the Japanese-style room. If you head towards the back, you'll find the living room, bathroom, and other communal spaces. You'll get to the guest house if you walk along the veranda corridor towards the detached side of the house. Seems like Tosuka wants to go that way. As we walk, I explain where everything is. I'm not sure if she's even listening, since Saber is just following me without reacting to a single thing I say.
I do not need to know where the layout of the house. I just need to know where your room is, Shiro.
My room is this way. It's pretty far into the house.
Then please lead me there. There is something I wish to discuss with you privately.
Privately? That means it's something she doesn't want Tosuka to hear. I don't think Tosuka would hear us since she's in the detached area of the house, but I can't forget that she's still a master. She could just as easily listen in, and besides, the veranda's hardly a space to talk in private. Here, this is my room.
What? This is your room, Shiro.
Hmm? The moment we step inside my room, Saber's eyes widen with surprise. What's wrong? I don't think there's anything around here that should surprise you like that.
Flashbacks, PTSD.
It's not that there is anything that surprises me. It is more that I am more surprised there is nothing here. You are certain this is your room?
Well, how would I lie to you about that? I only come in here to sleep, so it makes sense there's nothing here.
I see. I just did not expect that. I imagined you to be a collector of some sort.
Saber steps into the Japanese-style room, running her hand along the wall and sliding paper door, feeling its texture. Her touch is gentle, as if contact with these things will let her learn their history, see their memories.
I am glad. Your room may seem sparse, but it feels like it has been treated with care. It looks drab, but I can feel the warmth here.
Warmth? Well, I guess that's true. Maybe it's how this mansion has been structured, but the room is cool during the summer and warm in the winter. My old man was also impressed when I said I chose, well...
Yes, the room is a reflection of its owner's personality. The state of this room left me concerned about your disposition, but now my impression of you is as it was previous to coming here.
Saber sounds relieved, but I don't really understand what she's trying to say. So, what do you want to talk to me privately about?
Two things, both of which I would like to keep between the two of us. Is that alright?
Huh? Well, if you say so, I don't mind. But at least tell me what they are, or else I won't know whether it's good or bad.
Both are bad. At the very least, I do not want any of the other masters knowing this.
From Saber's expression, I'm guessing this has something to do with our shortcomings. Okay, I think I got the gist of what's on your mind. Go ahead and tell me what it is.
The first thing is about a summoned servant's first obligation. I am afraid I cannot fulfill that obligation, so I would like to apologize in advance.
Huh? A servant's first obligation?
Revealing my identity to you. Have you not heard it from Rin?
About who you are? Oh, you mean your real name. Servants are heroic spirits. They're heroes who have made a name for themselves throughout history around the world. They conceal their identities as well as their skills by using class names. A servant's true name isn't something you reveal lightly, but their masters should know. Without knowing their identity, masters won't know a servant's strengths and abilities. Master and servant are one. The pair simply can't battle as effectively if one has something to hide. At least that would be the case if we're talking about a normal master. Knowing Saber's true name won't change the fact that I still can't use her with the full potential. And I wasn't all that interested in the first place. Okay, that's fine, but why?
I am basing this on my own understanding of the situation. In spite of whatever intention or efforts on your part to protect my true name, there are numerous ways with which an enemy could use magecraft to rip that knowledge from you. You have little resistance to magecraft. The skilled mage could easily take advantage of this. Should you fall under an enemy spell, you may reveal my true name entirely against your will.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, you're right. I'd give it up the moment a spell was cast on me. Let's keep it a secret.
I appreciate your understanding. And then again, I am not as renowned or distinguished as the likes of Berserker anyways. It may not make much of a difference, even were my name to be revealed.
You sure?
Saber's tone is regretful. I hadn't quite expected that. She seems to have a human side to her, which she lets know in revealing how she's frustrated she may be inferior to Berserker as a hero. That doesn't matter. An ace up your sleeve's only value is that it's concealed. I can tell you're trying to be creative since you ended up with such a terrible master. Besides, don't you think Berserker's kind of unfair anyways? There's no reason for you to get depressed about it, and from my point of view, you weren't completely inferior to that thing. You were just injured pretty bad, but you were holding your own.
You may be right. I was caught off guard last night, but once my wounds are fully healed, things will go differently.
I bet. Okay, that's the first topic. What's the other thing you wanted to talk about?
Yes, about that. I'm afraid that is something we are unable to resolve on our own. Servants maintain their form with the magical energy their masters supply. That is why a servant requires a master.
But because I'm a crap master, I don't have enough magical energy to maintain your body?
That is not what I am saying. Even were I to receive only a small amount of magical energy from my master, that would not be a problem. However, as of right now, I am not receiving any magical energy from you at all. The ley line connection we should have is not present.
It means that, well, I'm supposed to be providing Saber with fuel for her engine, so to speak. I'm not. Saber, that means...
This is not a shortcoming on your part. Something must have happened at the time of my summoning. Some sort of error must have occurred, and the connection that should have formed between us failed to do so properly.
Error during your summoning? When Saber was called here, it wasn't any sort of summoning. It was just an accident. It's no wonder Saber's having these issues since she was summoned that way. Wait, then what's gonna happen? If you can't replenish magical energy, doesn't that mean you're going to disappear soon?
Yes. Once I use up all the magical energy I possess, I will no longer be able to remain in this world. I have already fought 3 battles since I was summoned. My healing ability is a type of regeneration magecraft, so I will consume more magical energy whenever I'm injured. By my calculations, I must have used about 10 full-fledged maids worth of magical energy last night.
I am speechless. Every time Saber fights, she loses magical energy, and there's no way for her to replace it. If she's used that much magical energy already, how much longer can Saber stay here?
Now you understand, Master. Thus, I must avoid using any more magical energy. If I am unable to supplement my magical energy, the only other method is for me to sleep to reduce the consumption of magical energy.
Sleep? Does sleeping restore magical energy?
I do not know, but at the very least, I will not use any magical energy while asleep. Which is why I would like you to permit me to sleep as much as possible. I may not be able to protect you all the time, but I do hope you understand so that we may increase our chances of victory.
Ah. Sigh in relief. Thank goodness. I'll give her whatever she asks if that's all there is to it. Of course it's okay. Rest all you want if things get rough for you. I'd rather you do that if it'll allow you to stay with me longer. Phrasing.
And then from now on, I will sleep often. During that time, I ask that you do not leave the mansion. I will not be able to come to your aid if you are attacked while we are apart.
I make no promises.
Matters would be different if I could travel through space and time, but that is a rare ability for servants to have.
We're gonna do that like tomorrow, aren't we?
No.
If you are to call me from a distance, you'll need to use command spells as backup, so I would prefer you remain nearby.
Sorry.
Much as I would like to do so, I can't readily agree. I can't imagine life with Saber sticking by my side all the time, and I do have my own life to live too. I'll try, but is that all you need me to do? If you're asleep, you'll...
It should not be a problem. I cannot be certain since this has never happened before, but I went into battle fewer than 7 times last time. Even if I do not go out and fight, some of the other servants will dispatch each other.
I see. So it doesn't mean everyone has to battle everyone else. If all goes well, we can end this war pretty easily. The only people I need to fight are those who start doing things no person should. I can't imagine all 7 would be like that. Tosaka, who seems eager in a fight, would still abide by the rules of mages. And as long as the other 5 masters act humanely, I have no intention of fighting them. Saber even said she didn't fight 7 times last time, so this time around... Oh. Hold on a minute. Last time, fewer than 7 times? Hold on, Saber, are you telling me that you were Saber last time too? I mean, does that mean you participated in the last Holy Grail War too?
This is the 2nd time I have participated in this war for the Holy Grail. I was the Saber last time as well. There are heroic spirits who possess attributes suited to multiple classes, but I only fall under the Saber class.
She falls under literally every class.
I remember something Tosaka said. She said that out of the 7 servant classes, Saber is the best one. And this girl says that she has been summoned as that class twice in a row. Does that mean last time you stayed until the end?
Of course, I do not have any of the constraints I do now last time, so I never fell behind the other servants.
Saber says this as if it should be obvious. Her statement forces me to realize something. The sword in my possession now is not something I'm worthy of. I don't deserve her. Man, Sword in the Stone parallels. Damn. And you must be really unsatisfied with someone like me as your master.
I simply fulfill the duties that have been given to me. As long as I can obtain the Holy Grail, I have no complaints about who my master is.
Got it. That's a relief, but she used to be fully prepared and in capable hands, but she's been injured twice already. All because she can't replenish her magical energy. That means she'll constantly have to consider how much magical energy she has left as she fights. And because she needs to fight with all these restrictions in her last battle, she wound up covered in her own blood. The image still haunts my mind. I see that girl, smaller and slighter than me, being so brutally injured.
Shiro, there is no reason to regret such a thing.
Huh? Saber's voice snaps me back to reality.
It is not that I have never known defeat. I was not victorious last time, and so now I am your servant. I am accustomed to injury, so there is no call for you to be distressed over my wounds.
Used to it? Even if your injuries looked like they could be fatal?
Yes. To wield a sword is to be prepared to accept the consequences of doing so. This holds true for you as well. It is unreasonable to expect me to come out of this unscathed.
Well, yeah, but... So you're saying you don't mind getting hurt?
As long as the injuries are not fatal, if I die, I will not be able to protect my master.
What the hell? So you don't care if you get injured so long as you protect your master?
That is a servant's role. In this, Rin is absolutely correct. There is no cause to treat servants like humans. We are tools used to protect our master, and that is something you must understand.
Having said her piece, Saber walks towards the sliding door. There's a room opposite the screen door. My room has always been big enough for me, so I never use the adjacent room.
I will go to sleep now. I will wake up at dinner time, so please let me know if you're going to step out.
Sliding door opens
Let's go to
quietly,
school.
then slides back shut.
They are tools used to protect our master. That is something you must understand.
The hell kind of logic is that? Pisses me off. Can't say that aloud, so I just take in Saber's words and stand alone, perplexed. I sit at the edge of the veranda and mindlessly look up at the blue sky. I may not be sleeping during the day like Saber, but I need rest. I'm not nauseous anymore, but I feel terrible. On top of that, all the unexpected things that have happened are weighing heavily on me. Whew. I take a deep breath and look blankly out over the yard. I asked about everything I needed to know, and I got answers. I'm no less lost for it. And yet, Tosaka, my senior as a mage, or rather a fully fledged master, is completely nonchalant about the whole situation. I'm gonna have fun dropping into the Dark Woods Ascension. What do you mean, Dark Woods Ascension? What do you mean? Seaweaver, what are you talking about?
It's obviously talking about the Dark Woods Ascension.
Hey, do you have any extra cushions around? Also, beakers and the protractor.
She's busy scouring the house for stuff. Take any cushion you want from the guest room, but a normal house doesn't have beakers or protractors.
Are you serious? A mage should always keep experimental tools around.
Oh, right, yeah, the Discord. I forgot that's what you renamed it to. Got it, yeah, no, understood. Complaining loudly, she turns and heads back towards the detached building. Tosaka's really serious about getting herself situated here. And the matter of her staying overnight seems to also be settled. When I peeked into the detached building earlier, she'd already picked out the best room for herself. She'd even put up a sign that read,
"Remodeling in progress. Do not enter."
Fine. I guess it won't be an issue since the detached building is far away enough. Having Saber around already has me on edge, but if Tosaka were close too, there'd be nowhere for me to relax anymore. The detached building is far enough, and even though it's connected by a corridor, it feels like it's a neighboring house. As long as I keep my distance, nothing bad should happen. Oh, but I guess we'll see each other during meals. And there's only one bath here, so we'll have to decide when each of us will use it. And Saber's a girl too, so... Idiot, what the hell am I thinking? Shake my head violently and slump back onto the floor. It's what must be a millionth sigh today. I stare blankly up at the sky. I'm getting drowsy. Must be more tired than I realized. Whatever. I just go ahead and close my eyes. Apparently, not caring at all works wonders. The moment I close my eyes, I drift right off to sleep. The next thing I know, the sun has long since set, and Saber, Tosaka, and I have gathered around the living room. I'd only just woken up, and Saber is already in the living room. And Tosaka just finished remodeling her room. By the way, this is what the guest room looked like a few hours ago, but now... Pokemon, are you here?
Shiro, how do I use the AC in here?
This is what I saw after being summoned for something so trivial, even Fujine wouldn't have bothered me with it. The room has transformed into this.
The same room, but with shampoo bottles on the desk.
Sure know how to pick a teammate. I'm uncomfortable. My house is playing host to not one, but two invaders. I'm all the more unsettled because I so rarely have guests here. Actually, these two don't even look like they belong in a Japanese-style house to begin with. The time is almost 7 o'clock at night. Everyone's in the living room, but staying quiet and doing nothing isn't really good for my mental well-being. If you two don't mind, I want to talk about what we do from here.
Just a sec. Before we do that, I want to set one thing straight.
Sure. What is that?
It's about dinner. Sure, you've been living alone for a while, right?
Huh? Well, yeah.
Which means you've been making your own meals, right?
Of course. I'd go hungry if I didn't eat.
Let's see, then I have a proposal. Why don't we take turns preparing dinner? We're gonna be living together for a while, so that'll help, right?
You're right. I was thinking of going about my normal routine, but now that you're gonna be living here, you'll be like family. You'll be expected to cook, and it'll lift some of the burden from me.
That's settled then. Today it'll be Shiro's turn. It's late already, so let's talk about this after we've eaten.
Wait, it's fine if we take turns cooking, but what about breakfast? Are we gonna take turns for breakfast too?
Don't worry about breakfast. I don't need it.
What? Don't be ridiculous. You won't grow up big and strong unless you eat breakfast.
Mind your own business. Anyway, you're going to make dinner today, and if you don't make something decent, I'm not talking to you. For the life of me, I don't know what
set her off, but Tosaka glares at me, irritated. Fine, I'll make something. Saber, you're gonna eat too, right?
If you're going to prepare something, then yes. Meals are an important source of energy.
Got it? Then you two sit back and behave yourselves. Grab my apron and head to the kitchen. Luckily, there are enough ingredients for a meal for 3. I turned on the rice cooker right when I woke up, so it should be done in about half an hour.
Welcome to dinner at the Emiya house!
Shut.
I glanced toward
Thank God he didn't microwave his rice.
Baron.
I need a picture of the microwaved rice.
Here you go.
I
ate it.
I don't want to ask him.
What do you mean you ate it?
It was crunchy.
Okay, so it's fine on my phone.
Those two look like they would prefer eating Western-style meals over Japanese meals. I seriously doubt Saber would like tofu or natto. Name nothing of Tosaka. I still have not tried natto. One of these days. Actually, I don't think Saber would be able to hold chopsticks in the first place. I hesitate for a minute, but there's no point worrying about this now. There's only a few dishes I can make with the ingredients I have right now. I have tofu. I think for a moment and decide to make deep-fried tofu. I also decide to make a simple tofu and seaweed soup. Since I have some chicken prepared, I'll use that to make a teriyaki chicken as the main dish. I drain the water from the tofu, season the chicken, and cut the daikon into thin strips to make crunchy salad. I also grate the daikon to make it a sauce and saute some, oh my god, shishito peppers.
Have you decided on what to do, Rin?
Is I back?
Talking.
Not really. I can't say much because I don't have much information, but I think the most important thing to do is find the other masters. I slipped into Saber's voice there. There are 4 masters, and I'd like to search for them without revealing that I'm a master too, but I don't think that's realistic.
Couldn't ignore the war crimes that we were saying. Yeah. Somebody else is gonna have to, like, DM you the, we were referencing a meme that got posted a couple days ago in our personal server. And, yeah, somebody's gonna need to DM that to you. It is a trip. It is a trip.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I just finished talking. What?
See, Weaver was commenting on the war crimes. The rice war crimes.
Oh yeah. Oh god, no. Hang on. I'll send it to see. I'll send it to him.
DM that.
Yeah. Look, okay. For context, this is a friend of mine. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a friend of mine that's doing this. It is so fucking funny.
Oh.
Hang on, I'll pull up the DMs.
There are 4 more masters. I'd like to search for them without revealing that I'm a master too, but I don't think that's realistic. Wait, no, that's...
I need a friend request.
Yeah.
I'd read that.
Yep. I told them to be good, but they're actually on a pretty disturbing topic. They don't even see I'm busy making dinner for the 3 of us. Not even looking over here. Tozuka, it's 4, not 4, it's 5. The only masters we know so far are you and me. I shout my contribution from the kitchen, holding a big frying pot to make the deep-fried tofu.
What are you talking about? We know 3, you, me, and that Iliaspiel. Did you already forget about Berserker?
Oh, right, the little girl is also a master. I'd completely forgotten about her since the Berserker left such a vivid impression on me, but now I remember that little girl is master too, and she tried to kill us without a second's hesitation.
Alright, Curb, unless C. Weaver adds me as a friend, you're gonna have to send it yourself.
Okay, I'll do that later for sure.
Consider Iliaspiel an enemy. Forget about that for now and just concentrate on cooking. We're gonna have a problem if I can't judge how good you are.
I don't even know that my cooking skills are going to be problematic for Tozuka, but she's right. The food prep's pretty much done, so I don't need to concentrate and finish the dishes now. That's Saber, by the way. Yeah, no, that's Sai.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, Berserker's master. You seem to know her, Rin.
Alright, I'll be back to voicing in just a moment.
Yep. As in not now, I assume.
As in not now.
She did say in a minute, not right now.
Yeah.
So, yes, that tracks.
Okay.
Seaweaver hit ignore.
Well, yeah, or I know the name anyway.
Wow! Wow!
Wow.
I see how it is.
What?
Wow.
The Ansbergs are a mage family who have been in the Holy Grail. Who have been in the Holy Grail a few times, apparently.
Yeah, inside the Holy Grail.
They haven't been in the war. They've been in the Grail.
In the Grail.
You know,
Well,
it's
now
fair.
you're-
I guess we don't really know how big the Grail is.
Yeah, Curb, now you're definitely gonna have to send it. Because you can't send another friend request when someone hits ignore.
Oh, can you not? Oh, uh-oh.
No! It never lets you know when someone ignores you or declines it.
Well, I guess Seaweaver's gonna have to send you a friend request then. Good luck, Seaweaver. I'm so lost in the sauce. Who was that?
That was Saber.
Okay, cool.
Probably. I don't know about the others, but I can say pretty confidently that Ilias Veil are the biggest obstacle. Berserker class is typically used to enhance a weak hero.
It's okay, Seaweaver. We're not actually mad. We just think it's funny.
If anything, it's funny as heck.
It's okay, Seaweaver. You just have to be a battery to fuel our co-op powers in the future. You were going to do that anyways, so...
Supercharge the bones. Supercharge them.
It takes the heroic spirit's sanity in exchange for strengthening them, but to control a hero that's turned violent requires a vast amount of magical energy. Let's say, for example, if you became a Berserker class...
I would not be able to communicate with you as I am now. Berserkers are entirely specialized in combat, totally unable to cooperate with anyone. It would be like attempting to tame a wounded lion. No ordinary mage could control such a servant.
Oh wait, I know what I could do.
I figured as much. An ordinary mage would have a difficult time controlling a berserker even if the heroic spirit was a minor hero.
That works too! That's very fair, Sai.
Yet Ilias Veil summoned an absolutely top-tier hero as a berserker, and she managed to control him completely. To say this, but that girl's ability as a master is on an entirely different level.
I agree. Our current problem is that we are being targeted by this extraordinary master.
Right, my archer hasn't recovered to the point where he can return to battle. What about you, Saber? How are your wounds?
I should be fine for normal battles, but I have not yet recovered to the point where I can go up against Berserker. The wounds I have sustained from Berserker have completely healed, but it appears the wounds I received from Lancer will take longer.
Nice, Seaweaver.
Let's see, so at this point we have no choice but to wait and see.
That's Saber.
I have a suggestion. I hear Archer has keen eyes. What do you think of having him keep watch over this house and the surrounding area?
I intend to have him do just that. I'll have him keep watch from the roof, so we should know right away if someone suspicious gets near. This house also has a bounded field around it, so we should be good as far as defenses go. Though if Berserker came in to invade the house, our only option would probably be run away.
Brave Sir Robin has run away. Boldly ran away, away.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, no, I gotcha, Seaweaver. Yeah, no, I did catch some of that. The two continue their conversation. I don't like it. I'm the one making dinner for them, so I think it's rude for them to talk without me. Besides, Tosaka's too friendly with Saber. Well, I can't really talk to Tosaka so casually like that, so maybe Tosaka's just talking to Saber on my behalf. I see my face reflected in the glass of the kitchen cabinet, my brows furrowed in disapproval. That's weird. Why am I so mad? I caught a little bit of the drama, like the stuff you pinged me for earlier today. Okay, then. I set out 3 plates and start serving dinner.
I can talk now. Okay. I can do voices.
I head out into the living room. You know, this isn't the best topic for dinner. I loudly smack the tray down in front of Tosaka.
Why are you so mad, Shiro? Is it because you wanted to help serve food?
I'm not mad. I just thought you were trying to act aloof around people. I give her a sideways glance. Tosaka seems perplexed. And then she gives me a chilling smile.
We were just deciding on how our partnership was going to work. Don't worry. I'm not going to try to steal Saber.
What the?
She totally would if given the chance.
I can tell I'm starting to blush. Jessica just pointed out why I was so annoyed. Why you?
Oh, am I wrong? Then I apologize, Emiya.
You say whatever the hell you want. I retreat to the kitchen to grab some of the rest of the dishes. She really got to me. Jessica's still smiling, and Saber is as expressionless as ever. I'm starting to wonder whether I can survive this partnership. Oh boy, there was another piece of drama. Oh, mother, alright. But we go ahead and start dinner. I'm giving her the silent treatment. After what happened earlier, I don't want to talk to Tosaka, and I'm too embarrassed to even look at Saber. Saber eats in silence. Her movements are elegant. I can't believe she's the same girl who was swinging a sword earlier. I can't put a finger on it, but... Every time she takes a bite of something she hasn't eaten before, she nods. It's amusing. Seems to be her way of saying the food is good. Also, it turns out she can use chopsticks properly. Tosaka, on the other hand... The moment she takes her first bite, she clenches her fist and says...
All right. I can do better than this. Just you wait and see tomorrow, Shiro Emiya.
Tosaka's fist trembles with excitement.
Tosaka's first.
Togus. Oh my gosh! More of this!
Wow, you should get your mind out of the gutter, matey.
Dear God. Have I done something bad? Okay, so about what you two were discussing earlier.
I can't tell which one it is.
I don't know either. The two raise their heads simultaneously.
I get the feeling it was both of them at the same time.
It was.
Wait. I'm already nervous with one of them around, so having the two react in unison like that is torture.
What were we discussing earlier?
Now what to do from now on. You two were talking about it while I was cooking.
About looking for the other masters?
Yeah, that. I'm just wondering if you have a specific plan.
There's nothing to do other than take it slow and steady. Oh, by the way, can you at least sense other mages? It'd make things a lot easier if you could.
I can't. I didn't know you were a mage, and we've been going to the same school for 2 years.
I knew it. Well, that's fine. I'm sure the others are concealing their presence anyway, so searching for them that way isn't the best option. What about you, Saber? I hear servants can detect other servants.
I can, somewhat. However, that is only if they are using their abilities nearby. In my case, I can only detect other servants in about a 200-meter radius.
I see. Then we really do need to just wait and see if someone makes a move. Or to look for some place that seems odd to us. A master would leave some traces or hints behind when they make a move, so we'll have to search for those.
You saying we need to search all over town?
No, we really shouldn't do that. Our opponents have probably set up some sort of net, too. So they'll know right away when we are masters if we do something like that. For now, we should hold off on taking initiative until we figured out a plan. Just live your wife, what the fuck?
Live your wife!
Just live your life the way you always have, and don't let them discover that you're a master. Hide the command spell on your hand so they can't see it. try not to go anywhere. There aren't plenty of people around. Head home as soon as the sun sets. And what else?
Please take your servant with you wherever you go outside this house. Can Archer act as your escort and guard you in?
I think he can do that. It shouldn't be a problem for me because I'll have him be in spirit form on standby. The problem is...
My master.
Exactly. Hey, are you even listening, Shiro? Take Saber with you everywhere you go. We may have decided not to draw attention, but this could still be some idiot who might attack us in broad daylight.
Why did you cough there?
Because I was choking on the juices from a jelly bean.
I thought it was actually. I thought you were actually in character for that. I'm sorry.
No, it's just Sai actually dying to a jelly.
No, it was both actually.
Some idiot cough. Like that timing was so good.
It was actually both.
Okay, good.
Have Saber with you in case that happens.
Alright, I'll try. My response is pretty half-hearted. I understand why Tozuka would say that, but I hesitated at the idea of taking Saber everywhere. I'm already nervous talking to Tosaka, but Saber makes me even more nervous. Actually, nervous might not be the right word. I'm just bad at talking to Saber.
What is it?
Nothing. Hey, do you want a second helping? Hand me your bowl.
No, I am fine. It was very good, Shiro.
Can you wife your life instead? Sure. You're gonna need to find an actual priest for that, though. I do not have the I don't even know the word for it. Authority? I don't remember. Whatever. There's a term for it. I don't remember. Gosh. I avert my gaze without meaning to. I can't even look her in the eye right now. Who knows I'm going to feel or what I'll do if we're going to be together all the time.
Oh, but this might be hard. Saber can't turn into a spirit form, so she can't follow you to school.
School? Are you a student, Shiro?
Yeah, I am. Oh, right. Saber can't go to school because she's not a student. Guess I'll have to have her stay home while I'm at school.
Is it possible for you to not go to school, Shiro?
I can't do that. I should live my life like normal, so I need to go to school. Besides, school's safe. There's not a lot of places with so many people.
But
He'll be okay, Saber. I'll be there too. So I'll back him up if something happens.
And I keep saying nothing will happen.
understood. If Master says so, I will oblige.
Saber doesn't look convinced, but she nods in agreement. Alright. I think this might be the spot to wrap things up for today. Started a little late, but we got a good 2 hours in, and we got through most of the day. So, I think we will wrap things here. Thank you also very much for stopping by. Take care of yourselves. And I'll
It's gonna
catch
play
you in the next
33
stream.
Immortals.
You can't stop me.